Across America, candles flickered. At the University of South Carolina, hundreds gathered in silence, holding American flags, phone flashlights piercing the night. At the University of Texas, another vigil prepared to begin, young faces, united in grief, but also in resolve. They weren't just mourning a man, they were standing for what Charlie Kirk represented, a voice, a mission, and a battle over the soul of America. Into this moment stepped Kid Rock, a musician, a cultural lightning rod, and someone who has lived through the shifting tides of American politics. He reminded viewers of something easily forgotten. He once played at Barack Obama's inauguration. Years later, he played at Donald Trump's. To him, this wasn't about one party or another. It was about respecting the presidency, respecting the country. But times have changed. And in his words, the media has become, quote, public enemy number one. Kid Rock did not hold back. The so-called mainstream media, he argued, has turned public discourse into a weapon. Headlines that once informed, now inflame. Labels like racist or Nazi are thrown around until they stick. He described how accusations against him spread online, strangers who never met him echoing falsehoods. And now, Charlie Kirk's name is dragged through the same mud. The message: demonize, discredit, destroy. But at what cost? Host Jesse Waters sharpened the point. Every time violence strikes conservatives, he argued, the cycle repeats. First, calls for unity, then silence, then the name-calling begins again. Fascist, extremist, threat to democracy. A political loop with no resolution. A loop that, he warned, is fueling something far darker than debate. It is fueling retaliation. Both Kid Rock and Jesse acknowledged a dangerous truth. Anger is rising. Some vigil sites for Charlie Kirk were vandalized online. A small but vocal crowd even celebrated his murder. To Kid Rock, this wasn't just disrespect. It was provocation. He warned, keep pushing, and one day the wrong people will be pushed too far. His words carried a chilling undertone, a country on edge, teetering between restraint and eruption. Why does this keep happening? One word: echo chambers. In Kid Rock's view, isolated young people binge on violent films, radical forums, and biased news. They are taught that by attacking so-called Nazis, they become heroes. They believe killing a political opponent is justice. It is not ideology alone, he said, but indoctrination, a sickness fed by constant noise, never by truth. America today feels like two nations sharing the same land. One side sees patriots, the other sees extremists. The lines are hardened, conversations are few. Kid Rock put it bluntly, both sides have their radicals, but only one side, he claimed, dominates the culture, the universities, the media, and when those institutions label, mock, or silence, violence becomes inevitable. This is no longer just about Charlie Kirk, it is about America itself. Yet even amid grief and anger, a message of restraint emerged. Jesse Waters called for respect. Kid Rock agreed. Respect for difference, respect for life, respect for each other. Without it, he warned, the path leads to war, not unity. And war is something American truly wants. The conversation ended not with closure, but with a warning. Those celebrating Kirk's death, vandalizing his memorials, or silencing voices may think they are scoring points, but in reality, they are pushing a wounded country closer to the brink. The choice is ours. Will America continue to spiral into division, or will it honor the memory of voices like Charlie Kirk by choosing free speech, compassion, and civil discourse? From South Carolina to Texas, from candlelight vigils to crowded rallies, the message is clear. Charlie Kirk's death has become more than a tragedy. It has become a mirror, reflecting who we are and who we might become. And in that mirror lies the hardest question of all. Is America still capable of coming together before it breaks apart?